Hello, loves. I'm Stasha. I'm the period coach, and today we're going to tackle a subject that might not be super comfortable. It's the concept of failure. Don't run away. Stay with me here. Failure is not real. First of all, I want to lay down this idea. I want to turn the concept of failure on its head. Failure is something that we say, but the only real way to fail is to completely give up. Stick with me. Like I said, it's a little uncomfortable. In other jobs, like being an engineer, there's no such thing as failure. You just haven't gotten it right yet. There's no building that was built without buildings that fell down first. There was no rocket that went into the air without rockets that did not go into the air. Engineering is a process of figuring out what doesn't work, making educated guess on what will work, and trying again. So when you talk to an engineer, they actually don't have the concept of failure even in their vocabulary because it doesn't fail. There is no fail. You learn some new data and then you make adjustments and start again. When you're looking at your business or your relationships or your health or well-being, there's not really any way to fail. You just haven't figured out the right mix and match yet. You haven't used that data to improve for the next time. When we get rid of the word failure, we get rid of that judgment, depression, or that negative self-talk. We get rid of that part of the equation. Then we can actually look at it much more objectively and use our data. When you've launched a rocket ship and that rocket ship didn't even get off, let alone crash. It didn't even spark, explode, and do anything. You could stop there and you could say, well, that was a failure. We're done. But if your life's purpose is figuring out how to make a rocket ship go up, then you're only failing if you give up. But you could go, okay, I didn't have a spark. So what was I using to make my spark? What didn't work to make my spark? Do I need to replace something? Is the fuel wrong? Is the spark wrong? Is there not enough oxygen? What is in here? What's not in here? What can we change out? How can we change it? You have to figure out what didn't work. But you can't do it from this place of, oh my God, I failed, I'm a failure. You have to do it from this place of, I'm an imperfect being working on a big picture, working on my purpose. Even if you're trying to find your purpose, if you just quit, that's the only way you can really fail. You can always try again. You can always experiment. You can always do it. Dealing with failure in your cycle. Here's the system. When you are in your menstrual phase, this is a great time to look at things objectively, to look at what happened before, what worked and what didn't work. Really just objectively go, what's happening here? How can I make this better? Really look at that big picture. When you go into your follicular phase, you're really good at figuring out how things work. So it's a great time to experiment, try different things. And then when you get into your ovulation phase, light it on fire. See if that rocket ship takes off. Then when you get to your luteal phase, you can sit back, gather your data. What worked, what didn't work, make your list, and then you go back into your menstrual phase and you interpret that data. And then you do it all over again. The only way to really fail is to not tap into your flow, not get into your cycle, and quit. Those are the only ways you could fail. But you will absolutely succeed if you don't quit and you stick with your flow. When you are in flow, you will succeed. It is just a matter of time. So stick with your flow and you cannot fail. I love you. Click the link below to grab some more insights, to get deeper in, and I cannot wait to see you inside.